Hit it.
We're here again, Jazz 313, with the up part of this special Scott series of this particular fountain about James Scott. Would you explain James Scott to our guests, please?
So James Scott was a Detroiter, and he was not favored at all by anybody. Liar, cheat, a scoundrel. But he bequeathed his entire fortune to the city of Detroit to build a monument to himself, of course. So he required that there be a statue to him, and of course a fountain. And there was a lot of wrangling regarding what was going to be built, and so much time passed, the amount of money that he left multiplied by 4 or 5 times. And once they finally decided to start building the fountain, the James Scott Memorial Fountain is what was ultimately built. And Cass Gilbert was the designer. Cass Gilbert also designed Central Park in New York.
Wow.
So we're in the process of repairing some of it, getting the records. The Library of Congress does have all the prints and
And
drawings.
he did Chicago too, Grant Park, did he?
He may have it. It's a lot of things that he did. He did several things here in Detroit.
What
I think
else?
the courthouse.
Frank Murphy?
I think he also did the courthouse in Detroit also.
There's a Cass Gilbert Society too that has some of his works.
Yep. Yeah, you can go online and look at the Cass Gilbert
So
Society.
explain why it's sitting right here. You're something was down in the dungeon.
So they put it over here because they were wanting the water to splash into his face when it's windy. We've actually been running the fountain as high as we can, and if it gets windy, we actually end up with water over in the grass over there, and the mist just pours across and hits him in the face, and that was kind of an insult. And then they made it so children could climb on it. He absolutely hated children.
Children go up and climb
So
on
outside of this
Come on,
monument,
you can come in and
Yeah.
ask him any questions.
so outside of this monument, what is he entrepreneur, businessman?
No, old money.
Old
He
money.
was given all of
Father.
his old money, and then he squandered it away. Like I said, he was a liar, cheater, gambler, womanizer. He had every name you could imagine. It wasn't his money. He didn't earn a dime of it, from what I can tell. But he did say he wanted a monument to himself.
Trust
of
fund
course.
money.
So what we're saying is he truly doesn't. Is that what we're saying?
I think he deserves it in that he took everything he had. He didn't have any children.
Okay.
He bequeathed it to the city of Detroit in trust that we build a monument to himself in the fountain.
Okay, one more thing. Thank you. I heard you. Well, what is your name? Tell my guests.
My name is Ray Rogers.
Okay, are you from Detroit?
I'm from Flint, Michigan.
Okay, well, we love you. We're from Detroit. This is Jazz 313. I'm going to give you my card when we get through with the interview, but we running camera right now, and we just moving through. But thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So explain this marble as we walk around and look at the fountain.
The fountain is actually built with white Vermont marble. There were 3 quarries back in the turn of the century. Now there's 1 quarry left that is able to mine it. And a lot of it starts to turn gray, blackish, even some orange. You'll see a little bit of orange in the fountain. But this stuff has become very rare. They just don't have it available anymore.
Listen, I tell you, as we walk over and look at the fountain, one of the things that have got me, I'm still a kid at heart. The turtles, as a little boy, the turtle is one of my favorite animals outside the lion. When you come to my house, I have 2 turtles. They're resilient, they live 500 years. So explain some of the things that, I'm a turtle man, I see the lions, I see the gargoyles. Explain what's going on here.
There's 24 turtles, and there's also 24 frogs in front of the turtles. The frogs just below, where Nolan is pointing, you can see the holes. That's where the water goes back into the system, into the tanks. That's the return. So the height of that will get you about here, such that you can play in the water. The original intent of this Tier 1, as we call it, was the air conditioning system in 1925. It was expected that people would wade into the pool. That's why it's so low. You can easily walk in and splash around. The turtles are very substantial. Trust me, we have to move them every year. And they're very heavy. And it was designed for people to sit on them, play on them, for kids to enjoy the turtles.
What about the billy goat? Explain the billy goat.
Those are rhytons.
Rhytons. What is a rhyton?
It's a rhyton. It's an old drinking vessel that was used back in Roman times. So you could stand it up and pour your wine into it. And that's what those things are. The lions, if you look at them, I bet you think that the same person carved them, but the lions were actually carved by 4 different people based on a drawing.
So they're almost identical.
Almost, yeah. If you get real close to them and start comparing, you might be able to find the differences, but they're almost identical.
Again, this is Jazz 313. We're learning about the turtles. We're learning about the frogs. We learn about the different lions here. And just one more thing at the very top of that, like a bowl. Explain that to me.
So it's a single bowl on top, and there's one center jet. And
That's what we said on the base.
there's 12 other jets around the perimeter of that. But the one center jet, that was designed to go up, we've read, 110 feet. So the original intent was when it was on, you would be able to be downtown proper, and you would be able to tell if the fountain was originally running.
One more question. The colors. I mean, explain the colors. How do you change the colors? How does you emulate
So we're not sure when the original lighting system was put in, but unfortunately, there was some damage done to it last year, but it's really at end of life. All of the equipment, all of the lighting equipment, it is not made anymore. It's an old style system, and I cannot get gaskets, lenses, I cannot get any repairs, I can't get any new ones, I have to try to repair the old ones myself.
So tell me your official title. I know you retired from Detroit Edison. Your name, your official title, and how can my audience help you financially, or website? Do you have any information you can give us?
Well, the best thing to do is any contributions towards the fountain, you can earmark it, but it's through the Belle Conservancy. It's run by Michelle Hodges, and Michelle has done an absolutely fantastic job regarding all of Belle Isle. And she has the funds to better the island, and we can earmark it for the fountain. But if anybody's got a spare $25 million, we could probably fix up all the things that's on my list. But there's a lot of things that we're not even aware of. And like these things, this one was actually pulled out a few weeks ago, and we were trying to analyze. There's some steel iron brackets under here that are corroded that need to be replaced on every single one of these things.
So listen, we're having at Detroit Hall of Fame with Mr. Balmer and all the rich guys, Judge Mathis, all the people that I know. I don't normally ask for any money, but this place means a lot to me as a young kid, means a lot to my mother. And again, I just want to thank you again for letting us take your time.
Thank you very much,
Thank you very
Kenny.
much.
Yep,
Thank
no
you.
problem. Bye now.